The Cuban Revolution. This conflict lasted from July 26, 1953 until January 1st of 1959. The Cuban Revolution was an armed revolt directed by the socialist Fidel Castro's revolutionary 26th of July movement against the government of the Cuban president of the time, Fulgencio Batista. The revolution ended when Castro took down Batista from power and established Cuba as a socialist state. In fact, July 26, 1959 is celebrated in Cuba as the day of the revolution. The 26th of July movement, reformed some years later, became the Communist Party in 1955. But let's go to the beginning and learn about this revolution in detail. Castro, as mentioned before, decided to fight against the government of Batista, founding a paramilitary organization called the 26th of July movement. On July the 26th, 1953, they launched a failed attack on the Moncada barracks. After this attack, Castro got arrested and sentenced to 15 years. But after certain processes, he got away with only 2 years in prison. After that, he flew to Mexico, where he met many revolutionaries, between them the famous Che Guevara. Together, they put a small revolutionary movement to overthrow Batista. The movement and the attacks of the government began on November 1956. After almost a year of attacks, on January 1st, 1959, Castro's rebel army entered victoriously to Santiago de Cuba, after a series of strategical ambushes done by him and his revolutionary partners, who were El Che Guevara, Juan Almeida, and his brother Raúl. The dictator Fulgencio Batista escaped into the US after his defeat. This was the beginning of the first successful Latin American socialist revolution. On March 10, 1952, Fulgencio Batista organized a coup that easily defeated the Cuban president of the time, Carlos Prioso Carras. This was in the midnight when the Cold War was already starting. Immediately after Batista got into power, a military dictatorship was applied. For obvious reasons, the people were not happy about this. In many syndicates, political parties, and even religious people opposed Batista's government. Even the United States limited the amount of resources they gave to the country. During its first decade in power, the Castro government introduced a wide range of progressive social reforms. Laws were introduced to provide equality for black Cubans and greater rights for women. While there were attempts to improve communications, medical facilities, health, housing, and education. In addition, there were touring cinemas, art exhibitions, and concerts. By the end of the 1960s, all Cuban children were receiving education. Unemployment and corruption were reduced, and great improvements were made in hygiene and sanitation. Castro handled a very good relationship with the Soviet Union during the decade of the 60s. These relations almost cost the world a nuclear war. This is the Cuban Missile Crisis. Castro had the first successful communist country of Latin America. His legacy made many countries try to do the same and revolt against leaders. Fidel Castro governed for 5 decades until 2008, where he passed the power of the country to his brother Raúl. Fidel Castro finally died on November the 26th of 2016.